It is an electric atmosphere on a chilly October night on the north side of Chicago. Still some fight left in these Chicago Cubs, who have won, not one, but 2 elimination games and look to win a third to keep their season alive here tonight. Matthew Boyd looks for a bounce back. He gets the start after a rough go of it in game 1 of this series.
They would not be here unless the great work of Boyd this summer. He had 14 wins, 12 of them came here in Wrigley.
Christian Yelich, the heartbeat of this team, their leader. And Yelich takes ball 4. Inauspicious first batter for Boyd.
And it brings up Jackson Chourio.
0-2 coming. And Chourio strikes out.
Really felt like they were throwing Chourio too many strikes. Now they're starting to pitch him out of the strike zone, and there's some chase in the young right-hander's game.
Contreras 5 for 12 in this series.
And a high chop to short. Swanson charges, fields, and flips to get 1. On to first to try and turn 2, but Contreras beats it out.
So fielder's choice for Contreras. If he comes up and fields that baseball on the high hop, they might have a chance to turn 2. Either way, the inning advances to Bryce Terang, who's in the cleanup spot.
Terang pops it up to left field. Wynn pushing it deeper, but Ian Happ is underneath it.
And for the first time in the series, the visiting team fails to score a run in the top of the first inning.
Freddie Peralta, the Brewers ace, toes the rubber for Milwaukee.
Peralta, the winner in the series opener against the Cubs last Saturday in Wisconsin.
And Bush is fanned.
So 2 fastballs, a changeup, and the breaking ball from Peralta.
Nico Hoerner steps in. A lot of Cubs have had a tough time against Freddie Peralta, and a lot of hitters all over baseball, especially National Leaguers, have struggled against him. For example, Nico Hoerner, 5 for 31 in his career against this guy.
Hoerner with a ground ball left side through the hole. And a base hit for Nico Hoerner, who now has 6 hits in the series.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
It's ball 4. An uncompetitive pitch to put him aboard.
We've seen Peralta a lot. You don't see many 4-pitch walks from him.
Seiya Suzuki strides to the plate. Suzuki hitting just .227 this postseason, but he's homered twice.
Payoff. Suzuki is struck out by Peralta. And there's that fastball elevated to get him the chase.
Ian Happ, the batter. Happ had a homer against Peralta last weekend in game 1 of this NLDS, but he has struggled against Freddie Peralta. 3 for 35 in their head-to-head battles. A swing and a drive, deep right field. It's got a chance. Gone. 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Cubs lead 3-0.
Once again, the first inning for the Cubs strikes. Ian gets a pitch up and in his wheelhouse, and he hammers his ball. Line drive rocket to the bleachers in right, and you can't get much louder here at Wrigley Field.
Listen to this crowd.
Ian Happ with just his 3rd hit of the series, and it's his biggest one yet. Well, the Cubs now have 11 first inning runs in this series. 21 total between the 2 teams. Here's Carson Kelly.
Kelly strikes out. That sets a new baseball record for the postseason for combined runs in the first inning of a series.
See if the Brewers can quiet this rowdy Wrigley bunch. Starting with Andrew Vaughn against Matthew Boyd. Curveball outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for the 2nd straight inning against Boyd. Caleb Durbin's the hitter. Durbin 2 for 10 in the series, driven in a pair.
And he bounces one to the right side softly. Hoerner has a long way to go, and he'll make the play at first.
Sal Frelick, a left-handed batting outfielder, checks in.
Frelick, hard ground ball. Nice stop by Bush, who gets to the bag for the 2nd out.
But advancing to 3rd is Vaughn. Pretty nice play by Michael Bush. That was not a routine chance.
Now this ball's hit sharply down the line. Michael, couple steps, little quick slide, and then fields this ball and then takes it himself, which I really like.
And Blake Perkins, who started the first 2 games in center field, came off the bench last night, was 0 for 2. He's 3 for 10 overall in the series.
Perkins with a fly ball to right. Suzuki underneath it. And the inning is over.
Despite the leadoff walk, the Brewers walk away empty-handed. Heat Crow Armstrong will lead off the bottom of the 2nd.
He shows bunt with 2 strikes. Peralta off the mound, and he makes the throw on target.
Hey, remember yesterday, he bunted with 2 strikes as well, just trying to do anything to get on base.
Dansby Swanson is another guy who has struggled against Peralta. But again, a lot of hitters in baseball have had a hard time against this guy.
Swanson strikes out for the 6th time this series. 2 gone.
5 outs for Peralta in this game so far, 4 of them on strikeout.
Now Matt Shaw sticks the bat head out there, bounces one to third. Caleb Durbin, long throw, wide of the bag. And Shaw is aboard.
In today's game, teams love to play their third baseman deep. But when the ball is not hit as sharply, it makes for a tremendously long throw. And if you're not on the money, the hitter's going to beat it out.
So here's Michael Bush.
Runner goes from first on 3-2. It's ball 4.
And the pitch count is going to elevate even higher.
So 2 on with 2 out for Nico Horner, who traditionally has struggled against Freddie Peralta, but had a base hit through the left side to start the uprising in the bottom of the 1st.
Horner, a liner caught by Durbin.
Much ado about nothing there for Freddie Peralta, but a lot of pitches exhausted by Freddie in that bottom of the 2nd.
And there's 2 quick outs as Jackson Churio strolls to the plate.
These Brewers, the best road team in baseball during the regular season. They have found ways to string together hits, move guys over. Churio with a bouncing ball up the middle, and he has a 2-out hit. And that's part of the reason for their success is they are rarely retired in order. William Contreras now. Contreras went around. And the Brewers strand another base runner.
A couple of strikeouts and a scoreless 3rd for Matthew Boyd.
In one swing, that's all it's been. Ian Happ, a 3-run homer in the 1st inning. That's the difference. See if Sal Frelick can get something going against Matthew Boyd, who's been tough.
Frelick to right field and fair. This will kick off the wall. Suzuki has an arm, and Frelick dives in head first with a leadoff double in the 5th.
Maybe that's the spark the Brewers need. Leadoff man in scoring position for Blake Perkins. And we'll see if the Cubs show that short leash for Matthew Boyd.
That's a 5-pitch walk to Perkins. Traffic for the Brewers. 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
Again, with the 9th place hitter up, Ortiz the threat of the bunt for the Brewers to move the 2 runners up.
Up the 3rd base line, charging is Shaw. He throws on the run, but the bunt successful. The first successful sacrifice in this series. Ortiz does his job, and the lineup turns over.
That's about as good of a bunt that you'll see. You want to bunt it hard enough that you make sure the 3rd baseman has to field it. If he has to field it, then there's no play at 3rd base.
Sacrifice is good. Here's Yelich. The 3-run lead. The infield is back.
2-2 the count on Yelich with men at 2nd and 3rd and 1 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with an inside fastball. Yelich is retired. 2 away.
That was outstanding by Kelly and Matthew Boyd. They did not go at the hook one time. You could just feel Yelich looking for the hook. And they come back with gas on the inside part of the plate. And this place is up for grabs right now for Matthew Boyd.
As Boyd leaves the ball game, listen to this crowd as he heads back to the Cubs dugout along the 3rd base line. Standing ovation. Daniel Palencia is going to come into the game for the Cubs with the right-handed hitting Jackson Churio due up.
Churio leads the way with 6 runs batted in this series. 9 RBI, his first 6 career postseason games.
Churio pops it up on the infield, left side, Swanson on the dirt. He's got it, out number 3. And the Brewers leave 2 here in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, Cubs 3, Milwaukee nothing.
Well, it's up to the bullpens now. Matthew Boyd out of the game for Chicago, and Freddie Peralta's night is over as well. Trevor McGill comes out of the bullpen here in the 5th for the Brewers. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Matt Shaw, who now has his 5th walk this series and reaches for the 2nd time tonight. Leadoff man aboard. Michael Bush at the plate. Right down the pipe, 99.
4-seamer out of his hand. Ball just sticks on that outside corner.
So he comes back after a 4-pitch walk to Shaw and strikes out Bush. Nico Horner.
And Horner serves this to right. It is down for a base hit. A great piece of hitting from Nico Horner. And there are 2 on with 1 out.
And McGill saw his 3 batters, and his night is over.
Aaron Ashby enters the game, the lefty, and quite the jam. 2 on, 1 out here in the 5th. The Cubs looking to tack on insurance. He'll face Kyle Tucker. Both runners go. Pitch inside. Throw to 3rd. Not in time.
Double steal for the Cubs. They hadn't had a stolen base most of this series, got one in Game 3 and now have two on one play here in Game 4.
The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. Cubs have loaded up the bases as Tucker draws a walk. Seiya Suzuki due up, the Cubs cleanup man, with just one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Check swing. Did he go? He went around. Strike 3. What a gutsy pitch from Aaron Ashby. A curveball down and in the dirt, and Suzuki couldn't hold up. Job not done yet. Ian Happ is at the plate. Hits from the right side. Pitch from Ashby.
And now Ian Happ with a drive to center field, but Perkins is there.
Well, the intestinal fortitude of Aaron Ashby was large in that inning. Strikes out Suzuki with the bases loaded and gets Happ to fly out to center.
Each team has threatened along the way. In fact, both teams threatened in the 5th inning, but neither team scored. It'll be Kelly, Crow Armstrong, and Swanson now in the bottom of this 6th inning.
On the ground from Kelly. Off the short hop, Durbin unable to field it.
Well, difficult chance for Durbin. He made the right decision. He couldn't wait back on it because he'd lose the play, so he had to come in and try to get the short hop. He did not. He got the in-between hop, and at that point, you're just hoping that it hits right in the pocket, and it did not.
Pete Crow Armstrong now. And he bunts this right back to the mound. Ashby looks at second, fires a strike to first. Nobody was covering third. The Brewers able to get Joey Ortiz to rotate around and get there, preventing an advance. The sacrifice successful.
Dansby Swanson bats. He struck out twice.
Here it comes. And it's ball 4.
Now Shaw will bat. Ashby has faced 6 batters and had a lot of deep counts. He's got a great arm run, but we've seen him get a little wobbly with the command, and he's in that mode right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He has had some issues, command issues at times.
And Shaw pokes this into center for a base hit. They're waving around Kelly. And the Cubs extend their lead. An RBI single for Shaw to tack on some insurance in the 6th.
Ashby goes with a breaking ball after the heater. This pitch is down and away, and all Matty does just puts a little 3/4 swing on it. This pitch is going to bounce right behind home plate, but he goes out and gets it. And 15 love over the second base bag to drive in a run.
Lineup turns over. Bush at the plate. First pitch swinging. Diving. Stop by Vaughn at first. And he'll win the foot race to the bag. He takes extra bases away from Michael Bush.
What a play by Andrew Vaughn. To his left. Ball was smoked and with the dive, but also had the wherewithal to get over there. I don't think Ashby, the left-hander, was going to get over. He was a spectator at first, so Vaughn knew to get there and beats Bush to the bag.
And manager Pat Murphy is going to bring in a new pitcher, a right-hander, to face Nico Horner. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Chad Patrick to face Nico Horner.
1-2, and Horner bounces one to second. Terang makes the play, but the Cubs add some insurance.
They have stretched at Wrigley, and Kyle Tucker will lead things off.
Fly ball, deep left center. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Kyle Tucker with a home run. Cubs lead 5-0.
That is a huge swing of the bat for the Chicago Cubs, and an even bigger swing of the bat for Kyle Tucker. Left on left, gets a pitch away and hammers it to left center field for a long home run. And if he gets hot, the Cubs are going to get hot.
Here's Seiya Suzuki.
On the ground from Suzuki. Durbin. His throw wide of the bag. And Suzuki is an infield single.
Here's Ian Happ.
Fly ball from Happ to left field. Pretty deep. Perkins in front of the ivy makes the catch. And a loud fly out from Happ.
He had one hand on the ivy, reached up and made the catch. So often you see a ball hit like that, grabbed by the basket. So there's one away. Here's Carson Kelly.
Deep drive to left. If it's fair, it's going to leave the yard. That ball is a home run. Carson Kelly, a 2-run homer. The Cubs have broken it wide open and lead 7-0.
Everybody in the ballpark was watching. It just stays inside the flagpole. Just an absolute blast all the way over everything and out onto the street.
Well, Pat Murphy's going to come out and question whether that was a home run or not. he's going to want the umpires to at least talk about it. If the ball disappears, that means it's on the foul side of the pole. If it doesn't disappear, then it's on the fair side of the pole. And if we show it from our low camera, again, once it disappears, that's usually on the wrong side of the pole, unless it just scraped it. I don't know. That's how close it was.
And a final verdict will be rendered here, and let's see what they decided.
The field is overturned. It's a foul ball.
Foul ball.
Don't know if that'll have a factor in the outcome here tonight, but stranger things have happened.
Right.
Roller up the middle. Ortiz charges, looks at second, and gets the out at first.
Well, it didn't look like Ortiz knew what to do with it. He was going to go to second, but then lost the handle, but didn't lose the play. But they're going to probably challenge this one, too. I thought he was safe at first. That looks like at least a tie, right? They're going to check it. If this goes against Kelly, this is about the toughest at-bat you could ever have.
Right.
After review, calling the field stands. The runner's out.
Wow. A homer that barely scrapes past the foul pole on the wrong side, and then as close a play as you can get at first base. And after all of that, Carson Kelly is retired.
Well, we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-run game. One away. Here's Michael Busch. Here's a high fly ball, deep right center. Back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. Michael Busch has done it again. Busch with a home run, and the Cubs now lead 6-0. And that one should put it on ice.
I know there's some hot hitters in the playoffs, but can you be any hotter than Michael Busch? He gets a heater in the middle of the zone, and it's a souvenir. He crunches this one into the wind to left to right center, about 3 rows deep. He is just as hot as you can get.
His 3rd homer in the series, 4 postseason home runs for Michael Busch.
Back here in Chicago, 3 outs for the Brewers to avoid being sent back to Milwaukee for a Game 5. Caleb Thielbar comes out of the bullpen for his 2nd appearance of the series. Bouncing ball from Terang. Handled by Horner, the Gold Glove winner.
Vaughn's been on base twice. A single, a walk, and a pop-up.
2-2, bounce to short. Routine for Swanson. Out number 2. Now the fans standing. 1 out to go. And this game will be headed to a Game 5 in the best of 5. Grounder to short. This could do it. They throw to first. And the Cubs win the ball game. 6-3 on the putout. The Cubs win it by a score of 6-0. And there will be a Game 5 Saturday night in Milwaukee between these two teams.